So Aisha, how do you process that?
Aisha was not married to the Prophet at a young age. She was an adult.
And I've heard you say this before.
She was an adult.
If he did marry Aisha at 6,
Right.
if he did consummate at 9,
Right.
would you still be a Muslim?
The thing is, he would never do that.
No, but here's a different question I'm asking.
Right. He would never do that.
I'm not asking that question. If your prophet, if, this is an if, it's a key word, if he did marry a 6-year-old, if he did consummate, which means, have sex with somebody at night, that some people would, define that as rape. They wouldn't even consider that as sex. If he did, would you still see yourself as a Muslim yourself?
I'm not running away from the question. I swear on my life and on my mother's life. I'm telling you, when you say prophet, to me it means an infallible being that does not make a mistake or make error.
So PBD came up with a hypothetical. What if there's a religion? Not Muhammad. It's got a guy and it's got billions of followers, and it's a fact that the guy had sex with a 9-year-old girl. Would you take that religion seriously?
No, of course not.
You wouldn't. No. But the founder of that religion, who was admired by a couple billion people, if it was factually proven that he married someone at 6 and they had sex at 9, would you ever consider that religion? If, I didn't say Muslim, I said if it was proven that the founder had done that, would you ever accept that religion?
No.
That's interesting. He said no. So, guys, it's basically, Imam Tawhidi does not believe that Muhammad could have even done something like that. But if you look at the sources and you say, it really looks like Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old girl. So think about the perspective. Imam Tawhidi already has certain beliefs about Muhammad. He believes he's a prophet. He believes he's from God. He believes he's infallible, and he believes he wouldn't do anything evil. And he believes that having sex with a 9-year-old girl would be evil. Therefore, can't entertain the possibility of Muhammad doing something like that. But he just granted that if you did think he did something like that, then you should reject the religion. Why is that relevant? Well, we, outsiders, we don't believe Muhammad's a prophet. We don't believe he's infallible. But we have really good evidence that Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old girl. And therefore, based on that, we would have his stamp of approval on saying, well, we think he did do this, and we don't believe he's infallible, and we don't even believe he's a prophet, and therefore, we can't even consider him as a prophet right now, because it really looks like he had sex with a 9-year-old girl.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay, beautiful.
But again, the prophet, for us, when you say Muhammad, you know what I process? An infallible human being that does not make mistakes at all or any error. So it's impossible that he would make such a decision.
This is directly taken from Khomeini's book, Tahrir al-Wasila. It says in this book, in the section on marriage, the following: intercourse with a woman is not allowed unless she attains the age of 9 years, regardless whether the marriage is permanent or temporary.
Whether the marriage is permanent or temporary. Meaning, hey, even if you could have you could do mutta marriage with a girl, with a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Mutta. You can marry her. You can marry her for 3 days if you want.
So according to Khomeini, you could literally hire a 9-year-old girl as a prostitute by marrying her temporarily, then simply divorcing her. This is mutta marriage. So you can do mutta marriage with a 9-year-old girl.